Years and years of illegal and unconstitutional federal efforts to restrict free expression. I will also sign an executive order to immediately stop all government censorship and bring back free speech to America.
Oh, my God. It's like night and day. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Please announce you're going to find the missing kids and prosecute Biden's people. Do it.
Never again will the immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents. Something I know something about.
Oh, yeah.
We will not allow that to happen. It will not happen again. Under my leadership, we will restore fair, equal, and impartial justice under the constitutional rule of law.
Yeah, they've been using this whole bankruptcy publicly to try to find something to put me in prison. And
we are going to bring law and
that's illegal, but
back to our cities.
Then the bid rigging, all of it. Criminal referrals.
This week,
and I am going to be meeting with the Justice Department,
just so they know. Government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Balkanization, divide and conquer. Call it out. Don't give it lip service. Explain what it is. Ban it with executive orders.
We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based.
Meritocracy. Federal law, no federal money to any wokeism.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
And they're going to ban men and women's sports. Roll it back. They made their move. They failed. Savor this, my friends. Savor this, because we've gone through a lot to be this moment.
This week, I will reinstate any service members who were unjustly expelled from our military for objecting to the COVID vaccine mandate.
Yes.
With full back pay.
Yes. Good start. Bringing in RFK Jr. in. Big start. Fire at will.
And I will sign an order to stop our warriors from being subjected to radical political theories and social experiments while on duty. It's going to end immediately. Our armed forces will be freed to focus on their sole mission, defeating America's enemies.
The enemies within the Democratic Party. Look at the scum. All pardoning themselves. Thought Jamie Raskin said,
all right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're welcome to this YouTube channel. This is the only channel where you get your legit information, raw data regarding what is happening between the Biafran Liberation Army and the Zoo Army of Nigeria. Now, the victory of Trump is the victory of Biafrans. The victory of Trump is the victory of Biafrans. You can see his first speech. You can see him talking about gender inabilities, talking about the American government recognizing male and female gender only, and that he will restore peace to the Sahara. Where is the Sahara? The Sahara is where the Nigerian state is located at. That's the West Africa. That's the West Africa. Do you understand? So everything about the West Africa is getting into the Fulani Janjaweed's hands. If you can see the neighboring villages around us, most of them have been taken over by these terrorist groups. Look at Niger State. Look at Benin Republic. All these particular countries have been taken over by the Fulani Janjaweeds. That is why they have Islamized Nigeria. If you don't know, Nigeria is an Islamic state. Nigeria is a pure Islamic state. That is why we, the Biafrans, are rejoicing, because him, Trump, as being a pure Christian, will be able to recognize us, the Biafrans. We will be able to recognize our struggle. If you remember, the whole cabinet member, even his own chief of staff, have worked for the Biafran Liberation, have worked for the Biafra movement before. His chief of staff have worked for the Biafra movement before. So it's progress. So that this particular agitation and this particular freedom we are seeking for, so that it will not be a new thing to him. So that this freedom and agitation will never be a new thing to him. so that he understand our struggle. Then he understand that this particular agitation, this particular freedom have killed over 3 million people. A war have happened, a conventional war have happened between the Biafran government and the Nigerian state. So it's something that has been sealed and stamped that someday, the Nigerian state will not have no other option than to sit on the round table with us to discuss our referendum. And believe me, him, Trump, being a strong Christian, will be against all their Islamic movements. And they know it. And they know it. That is why even Shetima is scared to go to the US. Even him, Tinubu, is scared to go to the US because they have a lot to answer. Nigeria have a lot to answer in the world court. Because the way they have been humanizing and dehumanizing human rights activities in Nigeria have been alarming. So they have a very, very bad report. They have a very, very bad report. And believe me, Trump will surely help us in our agitation. Because we will keep fighting for our liberation, we will keep fighting for our freedom from the zoo, because we don't belong in the zoo and we don't want to collapse with the zoo. And we don't want to be in an Islamic state with the zoo. That is why we are fighting for our liberation. We are Christians, pure Christians. We are pure Christians and traditionalists. That is the people you find in Biafraland. We don't believe in bombing. We don't believe in terrorism. We don't believe in suicide bombers. Unlike what is happening in the north, so many local governments in the north have been taken over by these Fulani Janjaweeds, have been taken over by these bandits. So none of these things are happening in the southeast. None of these things are happening in the Igbo land. That is why we keep fighting, so that we will be liberated from the zoo. Because very soon the zoo will sink, and all we are seeking for is for us not to sink with the zoo. Now, stay tuned for more videos. A lot happened. Even the inauguration committee of Donald Trump have recognized the Biafran Republic government in exile. We already have a government in exile, so they were in attendance. So I'll be showing everything and discussing what really actually happened in Trump's inauguration. So do well to subscribe and listen to this YouTube channel. So turn on the notification button and share your opinions on the comment section, so that we can deliberate and know how we can impact in the freedom and impact in realizing and helping the whole world know all about Biafra, broadcasting all this information to the whole world, so they can actually know what is happening in Igbo land and Biafraland. Now, listen.
Shut up. Nye nwezi ike lie itugidasi n'isi mmadụ or blackmail mmadụ ono n'ebe asị their madam will come na unu ya afu blackmail upon blackmail kedu ibe awo ọwụrụ itugozu mmadụ asị and the madam ọ na-ekwu okwu ya abịabekwe and ọ mabe the reason why o ji abịa kedu ibe ọwụzi ọnọkwa ebe asị ka ana ndị mbe na ndị gere tugbuo ka ọsọ ne dị tugbuo nya ata ka o kwutara nwụcha iyi na ọkwa n'eniye. Not to go to pass. Now again, this small point. You see, this okay for this is struggle. If you know that your hand is not clean, and you know that this is struggle, you must to stand by God. In fact, only because of him with a smartphone, and then on a social media, and you can just open your distance and say something. My brother, or the impossible, because he are all the time as you are preaching yourself now. Ibido with bad career. Ibido with the Hambasagi. Namo, don't want to be boy, because number one of them declare that the saga, which you and he are ready. Anytime Mark you must answer me in a saga. Kind of again.
I'm going to have your face today. From facing the lawyer or you PM aka. You got to before PM comes out, Haga there van media. You got to go. What we are here to be setting the record straight. I have to get in now. Yeah, we are an all game. We know that these things are bound to happen. We've seen it. 2023, we complained about these two women. Ngozora beze with Adadi or Amma. Woman guluntu tuta. Now, so long as no mother, no game make sure, no mother, no bring no mother down.
Back in Delhi, Mongoli did the Mono Mada, Onyeka Makadia, Njangu Mwada, William Navaji, Ebeka Vano, Njangu Mwada, ono ụmụada ịmakwa ibe a na-akpọ maka ụmụada ndị highway ka ụmụada onendo ọkụ ụmụada ndị a na-evugharị ite gbara ọtọ na soshal midia ọkwa ndị ụmụada ndị na-evugharị ite aka ọgwụ ọkwa ụmụada he atụrụ mụlụ ebinigba aka nwa nne mụrụgụ ya ndo 9 months wasted for nothing. 9 months sufferness for nothing. Hey! Nwoke anaghị anọ na social media kwasịrị. Anyone no one if on social media kwasị just forget about that person. On the lazy. Nwoke nọ na social media kwasị lazy boys. A 400 man enweghị nọ na social media kwasịrị. Asụkwa asụ. Ejiri sogo asụgo ebe ka ị nọ mgbe PM nọ ya why didn't bring up your channel to na-ekwu okwu gbasara ọbata obie na-ekwu okwu gbasara Biafra mgbe ị pụtara mgbe ị nọrọ na Nigerian gọọmenti akwụọ na ego to stop Biafra ị mara na ihe alụ ịpụta na social media protect ndị blackmail the whole now sabotage the struggle otu aka isi bido see your life na na-ege ntị confuse ọkwa onye nwere iyi nwụcha yi na-enekwa anya
this will be that watch out onweghị blackmail oju
umekwe
Biafra is the truth of the matter ụnụ mana ọnwụ na ụmụada ka dị function na ihe ama mme because mgbe niile chọrọ ihe ala nke ọha ma stọpụrụ ya so all the good guy had Amazeba is going to but we'll try our best not allow these people to say their destructive narrative.
My brother, I will program the video already. You didn't force me to remove it. You promote to Biafra. I don't have a class. I will now watch it from the beginning to the end. Aka man or boy his video. Or time for no boy his video. Even yesterday before it was yesterday can they get so in here can so since I work before my brother born so you didn't force me. I won't go force room. I won't gonna write it for some web video but I had promote to Biafra. I don't remember a class. I never have an album on your cocoa. So the video on my web go me and delete to go me.
We are going to go.
Oh, have you?
I'm going to promote.
I can't remember this video I'm tagging when I was. I don't know for how evil this woman.
I the video straight.
For you people to know that this woman, that therefore this woman is better than this woman. From video this woman after our prime minister have spoken. For this woman have never loved prime minister the way Naya love for prime minister. Naya like a prime minister. Naya kahane will he prime minister. Did you people see that this woman will ever? Now this woman Sonando Biaro mission to destroy prime minister, to destroy what we are doing. From this video, can you
then the video and how many minutes came this video? Also 5 hours. And I thank God the video easy. Hey, oh the Biafra. Then
it's only in the Kuna by the voice. Yeah.
To know what you mean, dear. But law in England and honor means honor go take the permission from me before we add that the law.
Our brother until comment here, be maniana.
Let's move for your Malia mother. Monday. What are they going to sit tag? Go to the woman first. Sit tag, go your life here.
Not today, that
go 247. No, can you be Marum?
I
hapụ ole nkịta tutu na tag ya go 247 si na nsi ya bata ebe a ka m gwa okwu maka ama m na ọ karịrị 50 years like me no okenye ka ọ tag ya to
don't worry ị na-eme ọdụ ka ị mara onye a na-akpa atọ ndị mbụ na ndị ekete. You don't need to tag me. Obi Jamini enyi nwoke mụ na ya na-abụ na-akwọ ekwo. You need to tag him. Maka na ị mara mfu the program. I will make it go viral. And you can na-enyere gị aka kịta. Ha! Odogwu! Gịnị nwoke iwe? Hey! Gịnị? Gịnị ụmụ ndị mere gịnị ka atọ m iche? That prove. Let us see the proof.
Come in with Adam Kita. Two of them.
Hey, this program I got I don't in this mood again. Because yes,
program I call on a phone before we start. Call them.
Okay.
Yes.
Number 247. Can't see the speaker now. Where?
Yes.
No one will go 247.
Yes.
Go 247. Then one number. Number here. Get na speaker. Where now, boy? Now they check the program here.
On a pose. Digi.
Come with the assistant Biafran near Korean happy. Born in
okay, because I went to call bottom.
Yeah, and when he was in with the key to come on in and invite and at this life.
You can send the other voice notes. Hello,
now, let me tell you. The first thing you will show Madam Azoka, no matter. Now, I had London. London
protest.
Haje. Okay, Hannah, why took Chuguma Hanti Moranwa? And Didi Amaka na US, no young one. Haji Kuwaje London. Haji Kuwesi na Haga Amakwa, where Jarun de London, UK, or nonsense. So, Azoka, where Pata, Mahani Pia. I put chair, Azoka no way I know this, no Gania from this in India. Now, very choir. I put chair. Our Azoka, but is a one day on you. We go to the idea, or was her idea. Nandia Hamaro, no Hamahan, one ha, Puruna, Kena Fundina Chop Biafra, no have Purunimono. Oh, good what they suggest on them, Mother poor, Unanan Soya. Came Matarunia with area, came him Matakifu the brain of these people. This was the main thing. Hardware, Sinazo Kagapo, Chopia, Chopundini, no Bobata, no matter. That my sister who could that day. There was nothing that my sister didn't do for them to pardon Azoka, at least to call Azoka, and we talk to her and know ihe meru manahajuro makachani ni neba for power. This is your nonsense on a hill. For power. They refuse. That my sister na London, main man, say no book case in me. Let them bring this one. You cannot just throw a mother. You cannot just throw a mother like this. Have foreign to attack. He had the foreign to start beginning. Na hatchery in DC. Now, after everything, that's what a blue for. Before Omada, Bido, he had dissolved Umada mainly. One woman not here, but when you so we dissolve all this nonsense. Only I have nonsense in Monia. No one do Madame, not going to happen how you're the whole Biafra. Umbaharana nonsense hammer. No matter get dissolved and you go to. If we have one day and I help you. Even some of whom are done on Nigeria, these people threaten them. Where is the committee? They were chopped as you. They threaten and thinking on Nigeria. No man able no. Chief for the name of Waya Jado. The young. No Waya Dokaronka. They threaten them. They have a committee. They are approval. This morning, 21 million and a half. One of them is both a Christian. See, I'm saying, if you open your mouth, you may have one. Nima, near Bino. Ni Bino. Ni would take you just offend people. Ebu Bawanya, Utaka si. Bono Madania, Mua, Yama. Now that my sister, no, na London. I am Yan better no matter. These evil people. I bet has before this problem, we saw it. Diano came person. What the hell mean in Kumakachuku and these evil people now?
Under the watch.
These wicked people. What kind of security do die in a hand here? So the hand up on no okay. Wo kine buzri.
Makarabe bumarana. Actually me got that side.
Evil people. Otaka is like the days of Roma that no working on a meeting now we didn't know. For how evil with no mother. For those some of them have veterans from US. Oh, we could get one of them cannot endure it. We could wait till some work on a meeting now. Work on a meeting, no record. They recorded the meeting. They refused to bring it out because of the fight and the truth. Meroni made that meeting. These evil people, this idiot who we have now this is where me that is talking, I'm part of it.
Blackmail than the book.
On our blackmail generation, yeah. I just a few minutes in my concern, I know this nonsense is because it catch pussy up on more than had their reading soon, you know, around to my people don't understand because they are evil.
Yes.
They are demons, and demons will pay them. Oh, evil.
Ndo chumu gozele ngena disco chuku goze ndo nem ndo ezinwanne m ndo ada ana mekene ndo mbo na ndege de benna ani Igbo niile ndị chi ani Igbo niile mmụọ niile Igbo ji de ebube na anụrụ m ọgụ ụtụtụ n'ebe na agbala m aka ebe ana m ekene Chukwu ụmụ ndị Igbo achọ nke unu zaa m something. This party on you kumaka PM odo kai genya because wo pie keto ya se no nwere ibe mbu n'obi
gemunti ka ngwa gị this woman na-agwa gị ha this woman akwai na rebe this woman Finland ọ bịara 2023 nye bịa nwụọ iyi ya na-ekwu ba asị weta evidence ụna na-anụ olu ebe ọ na-asị na nye na-eche this Finland for Prime Minister to go have wanted to the Prime Minister life. Can you wait to happy?
Say
why
high ambition.
High ambition. Obi, Aziki hele, what did he prove? As Nanka was say, and this no one and say, you what the voice, Eben Walagia, what the voice? And only waputaya Obi Nkai Kulu as na say what the waputia na na negent.
This is a warrior or Prime Minister where he hold you okay, wherever I am.
No, make you a dream, no, make you a no, get married life, no, yet in Finland, no, get married Finland in Jagaraga Conkai in 2023. All that one generation and what you get 5 million.
None again, no tlega. Munana Bonnie, Anna monitor movement here. Anna monitor movement here from Ebowosi, or Kwajamini, from Germany to Finland. And the money ana body news botemwa. And upon that, na money the news botemwa. Nana ma choka money ana bora hawa. Upon that, when na go kuya onye money ana bona alahan like so much in love lori je trimu. When no ni when na go na una no Finland na mona hey.
Solved not to dissolve the government and operate in a vacuum. People who are wise will understand what I'm talking about. I don't have any problem with following leadership, following instruction. If you want to follow instruction, you should have followed command and control. There shouldn't be autopilot in the first place. There shouldn't be Biafra Republic government in the first place. There wouldn't even be Mazi Samonepa in the first place. All of us would have been following command, and even you talking now would have been following command and control. When the order came from China Sanworu to our men on ground, lay down your hand, drop everything you have as an arm, go back home, and when duty calls, you will be recalled. That was the order from Chinas and Woru. I was there. Drop your arms, go back home. You will be recalled when duty calls. That was the order from Chinas and Woru. Straight order from Chinas and Woru. A lot of our men said never, because this is the time we needed the arms because our leader has been kidnapped. This is the time we needed it most. So if you want to tell me, if you want to follow sheepishly, and you want to follow without asking questions, I do ask questions. That's what makes me Biafra Unite. I ask questions so that when I'm fighting, I know what I'm fighting for. So if you want to follow sheepishly because you have leadership, and then you shouldn't have autopilot in the first place. You shouldn't have Biafra government in exile in the first place. You understand what I mean? That is how it is. We ask questions. We ask questions in order for us to be clarified and be clear on what we are doing. It doesn't matter the name that I've been called now, but tomorrow, Biafrans will know who is actually sincere to continue the fight for freedom. I am not siding Ogenkere, neither am I siding Ngozi Orabueze. What I'm saying is that the Biafra defense must remain intact. And as far as I'm concerned, me personally, will continue with the same foundation laid down by the Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. If there's any otherwise, I called for peace or clarification, and these two things fell in deaf ears. Some people were asking me, why do you have right to call for a meeting? When something like this is happening, when the house is on fire, myself as an elder in this struggle, who is an old person in this struggle, who has been standing on the side of the truth, who has fought the good fight to get to where we are today, I have every right or to call for a resolution or to call for a meeting. Anybody thinking that I don't have the right is a newcomer. Thank you, my brother. Do you have any other thing to say, or you still have a question to ask?
No, like you have said it all. Like I told you before that as you said before, that is true. You have been there for long. So I've been following you for a long time. This is almost, I don't know if it's 10 years now or what. So you have been there for long, and anybody saying such thing, for me, is ignorant and it doesn't actually know you. So I thank you for the explanation. So because I thought what was said in public is what our Prime Minister said. But here now you are saying that is not truth, that is a lie. So the thing is, just very...
Our Prime Minister said, when Biafra is fully liberated from Nigeria, there will be a transitional government that will put this in place.
Okay.
And after that, we are going to resolve the Biafra government in exile, because right now we are still in exile.
Okay.
When Biafra is liberated from Nigeria, he never ever mentioned after the declaration of Biafra in Finland, we are going to dissolve government. He never said anything. When Biafra is liberated from Nigeria, then we are going to have what is called a transitional government.
Okay, Mazi. So I'm actually making a fire. All this particular issue now, this dissolvement of government, this Biafra government in exile, cause all this kata online.
Good.
Or is there any other thing that causes it?
Good. You have asked a very sensible question, my brother. Are you aware that in the first broadcast that I made concerning this very issue, I asked them to call a general cabinet meeting without bringing it to the social media, and I would like them to invite me there so I can say something and even plead on behalf of anybody that offend any other person.
Exactly, because I've followed you for long, like I said before, and I know that you are a very truthful person, because the information you are giving me, I know is authentic, because you have not deviated or say anything contrary to, because you have standing on the truth. Always say
very good and fine. Very good and fine. Now,
that's why now, as you are clarifying me now, so because all of us thought we would just see katakata online. Why our people cannot keep their mouth shut?
now, my brother, you asked me a question and I'm answering that question. You see, I have made it clear several times that I can never take side or to begin to defend anybody because I do not know what caused their problem. Have you ever heard me say that since all these days?
Okay, I don't understand.
Okay, good. You never heard me say it. I am not going to say follow this person or follow that because I don't know what is their problem. That is the main reason why I called for them to come together to resolve the matter amicably. But
so what was the outcome? What was the result? Did they come out or not?
They did not listen to me. I made the call openly on broadcast. I also made the call privately, which I played the voice note day before yesterday on my broadcast. I made the call openly and secretly. They declined. None of them came to the meeting, and that's why I said I cannot in any way begin to fight anybody or stand for anybody without me knowing what is the problem. And I want to hear from both of them why they are present. I don't want anybody to call. This one will call me and tell me his own story, and then another one will call me and tell me her own story. At the end of the day, I will not know who is saying the truth because on well only you understand me now. So that's why I'm saying, okay, for the fact that they have all declined my call, declined for the peace talk, then I will only stand with the lay down rules and foundations of our Prime Minister until proven otherwise or he comes out. And how am I going to stand on our Prime Minister's lay down rule and regulation? Number one, I want to start because I stand for the freedom of Biafra, and I have already known how the freedom will come. The freedom will come in two ways, right? Remember our Prime Minister said we are fighting in multidimensional approach. Number one, we are fighting through legal means. We are fighting through our lobbying, structures. We are lobbying America especially to recognize Biafra. Now, the third, we are also fighting with arms, which is we are defending our land against the terrorists. You understand? So my first concern, because I know where I am and I know how the environment is. So my main concern is the defense of Biafra, which I know, even though you are lobbying America to support you or to recognize you, if there is no defense, if you are not fighting on the ground that you want to liberate, America